Hi everyone, it's Nalanie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be talking about the palettes that I have absolutely been loving throughout 2020. I have a couple of palettes here. It's not too many, but just I just love every single one of these palettes for so many different reasons. So instead of me sitting here telling you how much I love every single one of them, let me just make that little disclaimer. I love absolutely every single one of these palettes. That's literally where I'm gonna that's where we're gonna go. So the first palette is usually my go-to travel palette whenever we're going somewhere for a work trip or a vacation or wherever we're going and traveling. This is the palette I always take and reach for. This is the Dose of Colors Desi times Katie Friendcation palette. I don't think you can get your hands on this anymore, and that's really disappointing because this palette is incredible. I feel like it's the perfect travel palette. The colors are just amazing. It's the perfect amount of matte neutrals. You get a little bit of shimmer and you get a couple of pops of color. And the fact that it's so small, it's just perfect for just kind of throwing in your makeup bag and just going. It's seriously just so beautiful. And I've been traveling with this for a while. This is literally the primary travel palette that I reach for. I hear we're going somewhere, I grab that palette. That's what I do. The next two palettes, yeah, let's do these. The next two palettes are both limited edition. I'm not sure if you can still get your hands on it, but if you can, I would recommend grabbing these because both of these palettes look absolutely amazing on everyone. Absolutely everyone. The first one is the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette. The packaging, incredible, incredible. I mean, it is so pretty. I don't even know if this lighting is doing it justice, but when you see it in person, it's so much prettier in person than it photographs and shows on camera. But look at these colors. This is just perfect for so many skin tones. A little pigment goes a very long way. I have absolutely no complaints with this palette. I couldn't believe how much I loved it from the first time I used it that I had to kind of just take a break and put it aside. But every time I want like purples and I want a little bit of shimmer, this is usually just what I reach for. The next palette, like I said, is also limited edition. It is Amrezy Anastasia palette. Now this one, you get 2 extra shadows than you normally do with her collaboration. So as you can see, it is slightly bigger, but this palette is absolutely incredible. It's so pretty, so sparkly. If you're someone who loves sparkle and glitter, and this is it. This is it. It's just amazing, absolutely amazing. You don't need tons of product with with all of these palettes. You don't need tons of product. Everything is super pigmented and so good. And the packaging, look how pretty this packaging is. It's just, yeah, very pretty. The next palette, it's also a really good travel palette, but since I got this, we weren't traveling. You know, I don't really think a lot of people were traveling like that. But as far as the most perfect, affordable, neutral palette, this Juvia's Place, the Nubian palette, this palette is incredible. It is so good. Everything that people have said about it, it's so good. I wasn't really someone who reached for neutral only palettes. I always like my palettes to have a little bit of neutrals and some colors to work with, so it's just, you know, but this palette is so good. I've been really into softer glam, and if you're someone who likes more of a, you know, softer glam, this is definitely going to be your best friend. Everything is so good. And you can always wait because Juvia's Place does tons of sales. I think when I got this palette, it was $6. $6 when I got my hands on this. So, you know what? Let's talk about this one too. So the next Juvia's Place palette is one that I always reach for in the summertime when I want some color in my eyes. It's the Zulu palette. This was actually my very first Juvia's Place palette, and this sold me. This palette sold me. I feel like I use this so much and I have to kind of just push it aside, but then I always pick it back up because the colors are so good. the sizes of the pans are huge, and you literally need the smallest amount, and it goes such a long way. I have tons of videos using this palette. It's so good. The next two palettes I want to talk about are from Dosa Colors, and they're both their little, I don't even know what they're called, but the Baked Browns and the Sassy Siennas. These two palettes are perfect for my neutral friends. Like so perfect. I got this one in my BoxyCharm, and I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first got it, I wasn't too excited about it because it was just all browns, but it was so good that I knew that I needed to get the other one, because I originally was hoping I was going to get this one, but I got this one and it was still so good. I have no complaints. I've used this a lot more than I've used this one, but that's because I just recently got this one not too long ago, and that's why this one doesn't look as beat up, but I do reach for this a lot. And like I said, it looks like I barely used anything, but the colors are so good. You don't need tons of product, and this is gonna last you. I got this also through BoxyCharm. They had their little pop-up. Was it? Yeah, I think it was their pop-up, and I only paid $6 for this. So very affordable when I got it. I think both of these are normally about $30. I could be wrong. I'm not sure exactly how much they are, but they're really good. The pigments, the formula, the colors, they're so good. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. The very last palette is this Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. So if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know how much I love her first one. And I have talked about this one on my channel before, but I do like this one a little more than the first one. Don't get me wrong, I still absolutely love that. But this one I've been reaching for so much more than the first one for last year. The colors are perfect. They are beautiful. I love reds. I love purples. I love some shimmer. And I feel like it has just a really good combination. Honestly, in my opinion, owning both the first one and this one, you really don't need much else as far as color wise, because I think you just get a really good, good mix of everything. But I've just really been into reds and shimmers, and this was just it. As soon as I saw this, I just knew I had to get it. And then when I got it, absolutely loved it. But so good. Okay, so good. I'm going to end this video here. Those were all the palettes that I was really loving from last year. Let me know in the comments below what palettes you were loving. I do have a couple of newer palettes that I haven't yet tried, but these are just the ones that I was using and reaching for the most last year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.